Holy shit, we're live.
Oh, dang.
We're alive. All right. Welcome, everybody. We are back playing some Anvea, the game system that started as a heart port and then got proceedingly more complicated. And
Sounds right.
I'm here to subject all of you to it. So, when we left off, you guys spoke with Bolzo. You delivered a package that had been missing for a while, which was that fancy helmet. You learned that helmet was some form of like resistance to Maric fog, which is kind of a residue left over from. Oh, that threw me off. The music just started on the forge page. It was really loud. That's fine. Moric fog. You guys found out about the Moric fog, which is kind of like the residue left over from when you guys dropped a big old magical bomb on the continent in a previous campaign. Learned that that fog kind of messes with people and changes them, and that there's some people invested in trying to find ways to counteract that, or at least minimize the effects of it, because large regions are kind of desolate because of it. You were sent off to collect supplies semi-legally, completely illegally, pretty much.
We turned the guy's helmet back and he thanked us by giving us more work.
Yeah.
What
a jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
were told that the materials required to like make more of those are harvested from allopedes, which are kind of a protected, endangered centipede race that munches on metals, and they kind of like make their shells out of those metals and things that they munch on. It's really good for materials, but really bad because they're kind of getting like poached into extinction, which you guys participated in. But yeah, resources. So you guys had just finished getting 3 of them. You have like a big set of shells that have been harvested and popped off that you guys kind of like split between a few of you. And we were picking up there where you were like returning, leaving the trenches, the lower level of the dual planes, and gonna head back to town, speak with Bolzo.
Okay.
Yeah, and then where we pick up is as you guys are kind of like leaving, there's kind of like a bigger trench almost that you guys were in, and it forked off to the side, and that's like where you guys found these allopedes, and it's right as you're like rejoining with that main branch of the trench system here that you kind of hear like what sounds like voices, like people talking, maybe arguing kind of faintly. And as you come out, they start to like get louder. It sounds like there are some people like right outside at kind of where the road forks. You don't see them yet.
Someone should totally sneak up there.
Can we hear what they're arguing about? Or not quite that close?
Not quite that close yet, but you can definitely, if you want to try and like sneak up or see if you can like get a closer look. It's kind of hard to tell because like you hear them all kind of like talking at the same time, like yelling at each other. So it's kind of like hard to hear exactly what's going through, especially from like how far back you guys are. But yeah, if somebody wants to attempt to stealth up or listen in.
Seeing as we got a bunch of rare materials, I could go up and talk to all the parties concerned while the rest of you sneak past with our expensive and thievable goods.
I'm good with that too.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yep.
All right. You go talky talk, we'll go sneaky sneak.
Go with him.
Okay.
I will just stroll up like I'm invincible. And everything's just fine.
So then we'll say that like the shell load is kind of distributed amongst Chuck, Dan, and Tyler.
Yeah.
I forgot to roll my tempt fate dice at the beginning here. So we got a
That's a good
4.
point. I should do that also.
Wait, are we in Forge this time?
Oh my god.
Yes.
I don't think I have a Forge on.
Give me a second. and I
Oh
will
yeah, you might
provide
not have the
a
link to it. Yeah, you'll have to grab the macros too. We'll make sure those work for you.
Okay.
Are those going to need to be reshared
Be right back.
again because he's joining, or was
No.
it shared to like everyone?
Should be sure to everyone.
Okay.
This is this one. There you go, man.
Uh-huh.
There's 3 macros you'll want to grab once you join. One is a D6 dice pool, and that will tell you like how many hits, misses, and glances you get. The second one is a push, which will let you push the roll with the glances, and then it'll tell you the new total. And then the third is a saving throw roll.
Okay, hold on. Forge is being laggy as fuck, so give me a sec.
Forge has never been like it. You take that back.
Right? Forge is
How
perfect.
dare you?
Turn up the light.
You're laggy.
It's true.
That's right.
Yeah. Joe disappeared. Now he was replaced by a guitar.
He wandered off into the hills and was never seen again.
I also have a
It's too
guitar.
dark.
They say he went back to his people.
I have a
Reconvene.
What are you drinking, Alex?
They're playing Counter-Strike in Valhalla right now. Shinerbach?
I've heard of that before.
It's a beer.
That is indeed a beer.
It's okay.
I'm not sure if I've had that or not.
V8 energy thing.
I've got water.
Nice little can.
Is that a fruit one or a vegetable one?
I've got.
It's pomegranate and blueberry.
Okay, the fruit ones are good. Veggie ones are fucking gross.
Okay.
I haven't tried the veggie ones.
Don't.
Don't.
Just don't.
Yeah.
Just don't.
The veggie ones are great for nutrients and nothing else.
Yes.
Or poisoning.
Okay.
It tastes like
Noted.
this is healthy. And that's a bad thing.
Yeah. I'm trying to find alternatives for soda because I drink a lot of soda.
Well, no shit,
Yeah.
mister. I bring two liters of Dr. Pepper to class.
Not even.
No,
a
it
shit.
was 2 liters a day. I brought 1 2-liter for work, and then the second 2-liter was for class.
Okay. Hey there, JB Jabahan. I don't know how to say that name. Hello, welcome to the place. We're supposed to be playing a game, but we're talking about drinks. Mainly treading water so Tyler can get into Foundry.
Yeah.
How do I copy the macros?
All right, okay, Foundry, bottom left-hand corner.
Yes,
There's
I've
a
got
little
the
tiny
bar pulled
box. You click on it, the macros are out there. Click on the little folder underneath that triangle.
Oh,
And then
drag
just
it into the
drag
box.
those down to the macro bars.
it was.
Put the thingy in the box.
Put
Got
it in
it.
the box.
What's
What's
in the box?
Macros.
And then you should be able to
Questionable.
click on and roll. Try doing the D6 pool. Just throw like a random number in there. Cool.
That's great success.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
I got 15 hits
The
You made a
flame.
mess, Jack.
Nice.
and 19 misses. I'm going to push that.
You're
I will
broken
die.
for life.
Anyway, yes,
Thought I muted the music.
you
All right.
son of a biscuit eater. Stroop and Kevin are going to go talk, and the rest of us are sneaking.
Big
Yeah,
quotes
and
on.
because you guys heard the voices, like you're definitely able to coordinate who has the shells and things beforehand. So
I've got a pocket full of
Um,
shells.
yeah. So whoever wants to do the
Nice.
sneaking roll
Can't remember
for
the
the
next
3 of you
line.
sneaking, And
Rally around the
I'll
family.
take that.
There we go.
All right. Is anyone particularly good at conceal? I've got points in it.
I
would
have
roll.
2 agility.
What about you?
I'm not good.
All right, I'll do
for
it. What context are we in?
This would be Warren or social.
You
Trying to avoid
son
people.
of a biscuit eater. All right, so I'm going to roll 5 dice.
Could also be desolate.
Still
there too.
5.
We have that.
The magic words here, Joe, are nature or arcane.
Unfortunately, neither of those.
I succeed.
Get one hit. That's good.
For now.
Maybe enough. And then, so you said Jake and Alex, you guys are just walking up to the voices and investigating directly.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys head out. You both kind of split off. Jake and Alex. So as you come around the corner, you see that there's a group of what looks to be 3 people. They all look human. And you see like there's 2 horses and what looks like this giant kind of iguana that's outfitted with a saddle. And all 3 of them seem to be kind of like huddled around that iguana, and they've got like a big map kind of outlaid over the back of its like saddlebag, and they're all pointing at it and kind of shouting at each other, looking around. And a lot of them like keep pointing towards the fork in the wall that you guys just went through, and they seem to be like deliberating on where to go. And you hear like them yelling like, "Oh no, I'm sure it's this one," or like, "Ah, it's the next one," or "We passed it already." Like they're all 3 of them are kind of unsure about where they're at. And since they're like pointing directly at the fork in the wall where you guys came out of, they notice Jake and Alex like right away as you pop out. And they all just kind of like hush each other and like look at each other and wait to see like what you guys are doing. And you said you're just kind of waltzing straight up to him.
Yeah. How do you do, gentlemen? Seems you're having some difficulties here.
So as you start walking up, one of them, the one that was like kind of holding the map, he sits that down. And he puts like his hand on his hip, and he like his hand is like, "Oh well, hold on." And you see him like reach up to his vest, and he pulls it back for like a split second. You see like a glint of metal pinned to his shirt underneath it, and pulls it back. It's like, we're in the area looking for, anyone not doing what they should be. It's why are you in that trench there? Like, what are you guys doing around here?
Chilling.
Town's way down the way there.
Are any of these people drow?
No, all 3 are human.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm just gonna say, my type. We love it in deep dark areas. It's kind of homey, really. I was hoping to head to town to get some supplies, then head back home. But aside from that, just living life.
You see him kind of like look you and Alex up and down. And neither of you are like seem to be carrying a whole lot. It's like all right.
I got a sausage and
kind of odd. There's only 2 of you, but yeah, I guess there's some groups travel light. There's you run into a lot of people in these parts that seem to be poaching. I'm sure you've heard of a few critters in this area that maybe on the dangers list. Run into a lot of people that shouldn't be doing that. But looks like you guys are staying out of trouble from what I can see. Haven't seen anyone else in the area, have you?
Well, we saw a dead guy at a camp on our latest trip to and from here, but I just decided that was none of my business and kept right on going.
It was bad.
Okay. Whereabout was that?
And I'll point off in the direction of the fellow who was shot with the funky bolt in his camp.
Okay. Like, well, we didn't really come from that direction exactly, but noted.
Well, hey, if you're law enforcement type, so maybe it's something you want to take a look at.
Yeah, we'll get to that. And kind of like the other two.
Wait, are you guys like wardens? Like, are you stopping hunters? What are you...
Oh yeah, we're rangers. These deputies, my deputies.
Oh, okay. So you're rangers. I'm pretty sure that camp had like some weird pelts there. What wasn't it? Wasn't there?
Had some what?
Weird pelts.
Oh, you mean like those? Yeah, like those weird rugs laying around that.
Yeah.
Just kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of them.
Actually, now that you mention it, yeah.
Tell me when I can roll my deceive.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. And then either of you two can also make a compel check, trying to like hold their attention. That will add to the stealth roll for the other three.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll make a compel check.
Is this a social context?
Yep, social context.
Oh, excellent.
I'm just gonna roll 8 dice just real quick. Just nothing.
Awesome.
Ooh, I am going to turn that 1 into a 2 using one of my tempt fate dice and then push it.
Okay. You can do that.
Damn.
Unfortunate.
No failures, at least.
That's fine.
Sure.
But with that extra success, I'll say that can contribute kind of to their like captivation too of this conversation. So definitely good because you did need at least 2 conceal or 2 compel or like 2 successes all around just to make sure that the other 3 were not noticed. So you can tell like the 3 of you are kind of like inching your way along the wall and running across the road. You see them like they seem to not really be paying any attention to you. You don't get any indication they've noticed you at all. So
I mean, if I can't see them, they can't see me. So
yeah, but
just walk down the street and you're good.
Having to
I've noticed the paradox.
I'm invisible.
Yeah. You mentioned like the pelts and the weirdness, and he's like, oh yeah, we'll check that out, right? And he like turns to them, kind of like nods his head, and like, okay, all right. And you're sure you didn't see anyone like go through this way here?
No, but then again, lad, you're coming from down around that way. Yeah. Well, we came from down around that way where that camp is, so it's possible we just missed somebody. So
I suppose that's true. Yeah, I guess we can head down there. And then if we head by that camp, I guess we'll check that out. But pleasure talking to you boys, and I guess we'll let you be on your way. And,
all right,
so we got start folding the map up.
Gullible rubes to take advantage of, so you guys take care of everything.
All right. And with that, they pack up and get back on their mounts. You see the guy that was talking to you gets on the iguana, and the other 2 get on their horses. They like kind of ride off a bit, and then they hook and go through, head down the fork that you guys just came from.
And then I will run far away from that fork because there's probably a lot of dead bug bodies in there.
I agree with that.
All right. You guys reconvene.
Did you do it?
Yeah, for now. But they got horses and an iguana, so we might want to haul butt.
Wait, they got iguanas?
Yeah, like a giant iguana.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I thought it was neat myself, Maybe save up some money and get one, but...
I think that tastes like...
We all have to like take turns sharing it.
What if it tastes like frog?
I bet it's
I bet.
similar.
As long as I get the
Or like a
you can share as
maybe
much as-
chicken, because lizards and birds are kind of similar, right? But then
Yeah.
frog
Alligator
tastes
kinda
like chicken.
Jurassic
Yeah,
Park
so-
rules. I like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, you said we need to go.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys head down the road. About an hour goes by, and you see like ahead of you, there's kind of like a dust pool almost. And as the wind's catching, it looks like the pool is kind of like originating in the center of the road. So you get the sense that it's probably something like maybe another vendor with a cart or some more people on horses or something. It seems to be growing bigger, probably heading towards you. Another few minutes go by, and you see that there looks to be a group of 3 people on what look like horses. And then as you get a lot closer, notice that it's 3 dwarves, each on the back of what look like ponies. They ride up on you guys. All 3 of them have these like big kind of like circular hats on. And you see like a big, bright, glinting metal badge on the vest of one of them.
Oh, more deputies.
These almost look like they may be real deputies.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
guys with the other deputies?
So they slow down, and you see the one in the front like kind of put up his hand. They all pull and kind of. They don't really like block the road, but they kind of like stop moving right in the middle of like where that path is. They put their hand down. Like, you said, other deputies. We're looking for people that seem to be impersonating us.
Oh, well, they're that
Folks.
way. Like 3 guys with a horse and a lizard.
Or a llama.
It's an iguana.
Yeah, we've heard that there's like an iguana on one of them.
Yeah.
they're
Yeah, we
they've been
definitely
running
saw
around
that.
saying that they're like one of them's a sheriff, and the other 2 are deputies.
Yeah, that sounds about right. They charged us a lot to come through.
Oh, did they? Man,
Did they?
sorry to hear that. Yeah, they've been getting away with that for a while. They've been down here poaching some of those allopedes. And,
Bastards.
Oh, really? Well, we just came from a place where we saw a bunch of dead allopedes just laying around, and sure enough, we saw those guys with the horses and the iguana. So I think,
that sounds like our guys.
folks have a map. I could point out where they headed down last.
Sure.
1 + 1 = you should kill them.
Mhm.
Yeah,
If
absolutely.
you wanna make like a deceive test on that,
Oh, jeez.
Oh, darn it!
I
I'll
hope
let
this is
either
social.
of you like that's participating. Anyone that's participating in the
Oh,
can do the deceive.
this is what I'm here for.
I don't get 8, but I at least get 5.
It's too late. I've already rolled it. Oh no!
Oh my gosh.
Well, you said multiple of us can do it, right?
Any one of you can. Do
I
it.
mean, push that with
Oh,
8.
okay. All right.
And I'll even
Alliances.
turn that 1 into a 4 out of thanks.
Nice.
Okay. So you guys all kind of work together. Like, oh yeah, there's people that went by us. We saw them, and there were a whole bunch of bugs that were not related to us in any way.
And they robbed
No.
us too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
If you find any
They
gold
buy
on
it
their
up, they're
bodies,
like,
it
"Oh,
belongs
man,
to us."
we are so sorry to hear that. It's they seem to be outpacing us at from the tops of their little ponies. I'm like, okay, but seems like they're pretty close by. This is the best lead we've had in a while. Glad we ran into you guys.
Could be.
Yeah, be on lookout for that. Usually, like, he points to his badge, and you see it's like a much nicer, more elaborate one. Like, it's displayed like on top of
This
his
was
vest.
not
But
taken
yeah, they
from a
keep
cereal
like,
box.
yeah, it's like, actual deputies usually have it kind of like on the outside. So be warned if you run into anyone doing that again. And
Oh, we learned our lessons today.
wish you guys well. And then he like points forward. And he's like, "Come on, guys!" And they all ride off.
Man, we're slick.
Yeah.
Hell out of
Good
here.
Better yet, if they find money on them, they'll think they took it from us, and maybe we got a chance to get some money off of them too.
I like it. Exactly. Yeah.
All right, guys, let's hoof it.
Yeah, before any more
All
cops, real or fake, show up.
Yeah.
All right. So they ride past, dust clears. You're on the road alone. I forget exactly how long I said it was I think it was like about 2 to 3 hours of travel from like where the fork in the road was to where the camp with the dead guy was. And as you're approaching that camp, you notice that like as you kind of like round one of the like corners in this trench, you see like a lot of moving shapes in that area from kind of far off. And as you get closer, it looks like there's just a big swarm of beetles kind of around that. They all seem to be like these giant beetles, and you would know that those are probably trench beetles. They seem to be the ones that they look very similar to the knoll vendor that you guys talked to last time. Seem to be the same type of insect. See like a large swarm, almost probably like 40 to 60 of them. All of them seem to be like kind of like huddled around that camp, which is like kind of in the middle of the road area. It seems like there's a small swarm on top of where the tent was, probably on top of the body.
Only we had some explosives.
I have a sausage.
Don't think that's going to do it.
Well, I mean, they'll go after the sausage.
Explosive
to eat it,
diarrhea.
so.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, you could throw the sausage out there, maybe.
I wouldn't.
Mhm.
Can
Yeah.
we? Is there any way
The swarm does not seem to notice you.
to? Okay.
Oh, well.
At least, like you haven't passed by it, but like from where you guys are at, it's kind of impeding your path.
Maybe we can, like, kind of. Okay.
I'll break off a D1 amount of sausage from my D4 of sausage and throw it at the beetles and see if they react.
Okay. You can break it into 2d2s. The lowest amount is a d2. So
that works.
Yeah. So you
Not a
break
half
off
a
a piece of it. Yeah, and then you toss it out. Where are you kind of like aiming? Are you trying to like aim it farther off the road, or what's your
further into
goal?
the camp where they might not be swarming? So, like, assuming that they're swarming the tent or like around the campfire, then maybe just a little bit past the campfire, just to see if any of them break away to move towards it.
Okay. Yeah. So you toss it, and you do see like the swarm kind of seems to be centered around the tent where that body was, and as your bit of sausage like kind of thumps and skids across the ground, you see the center shift of the pool, and it seems like some of them definitely go for that, and the swarm moves a little bit off the road. They're still like partially in it, but it looks like there's more of a gap on one side now that you might be able to slip by.
All right. Yeah, so as we approach closer, I'll be sure to throw the other D2's worth in that direction just to keep them fed.
Okay. With that, if anyone wants to do another group conceal roll,
And I'll have some
roll that.
sausage ready too, just in case.
I'll
Yep.
do it.
They're coming right at us. We needed some more sausage at them.
What's our
with
context?
the context would be
Sausage.
Warren or nature. in this
Ah,
case.
that's right. It is.
Context is deli.
Fuck.
And then with the sausage, it's flipping one of those glances to a success.
I got one
Nice.
success then.
Okay. One success. With that, you guys you go across, seems to not notice you, and you're like almost all the way past. And you see that there's like a tiny group just right on the fringe that seem to notice you, and they break away. And it looks like a group of maybe 4 or 5 beetles seem to notice you.
Time to deploy another D2 of sausage.
Okay. Are you trying to throw it like past them or just right in front of them to stop them? Like what's
Just right in front of them.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, they seem to be like kind of keyed in on you guys' movement. You break off a piece of sausage and you toss it. And with it landing right in front, they all seem to kind of stop and see their like little antennas pick up on that. They all seem to hone in and swarm that.
Nice. I'm saving the last for myself.
Nice. I think I can keep them from following us any further. I'm going to cast a spell.
Sure.
With the voice of command and medium is mind. And I'm going to cast a spell to try and convince that one of the beetles, that the beetle next to it, is in fact made of sausage.
Ooh.
Tremendous.
All right. You can roll for it.
So it'll be 5, 6, 7 dice. Come on, 2 successes. No successes. I'm going to push that.
Okay.
2 successes.
2 successes.
And 2 damage.
All right. Yep. So a Mark II mental. But you, how do you like picture your character? Like, how does their casting process kind of work? Because it's always kind of personal.
I pull out my wand, which is like a shin bone from just some random ass dude that I've got little bits of silver and crystal wedged into. And I touch it to my leafy temple, and I put my hand out Professor X style, and I go wah, 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 and that like seeks into its mind, convincing it that the beetle next to it is in fact made of sausage.
Okay. So you do so, and you see there's a small little group there, and your spell hones in and hits one, and you see its like antennas have been kind of like excited about the sausage that's in front of it. As your spell hits it, its antennas freeze and then seem to both point at the beetle right next to it. And it turns and just starts taking bites right out of the side of it. And as it takes a bite out of the side of this beetle next to it, something about maybe there's like a scent released or something that like there's like exposed flesh of these beetles that's available. And the beetles really don't seem to care what it is as long as there's like food or nutrients of some kind. So as soon as that first bite goes in, there's a chunk missing of that beetle. See all the rest of their antennas get kind of excited about that. Now there's only like kind of one munching on the bit of sausage that you threw, Dan. And you see the rest of the swarm almost kind of migrate over here. So now they're all kind of centered around the tent, the bit of sausage that you threw there, Jake, and then now this other beetle, and they kind of swarm up over the top of it and start consuming it.
I think it's a great time to go.
Mm-hmm. You seem thoroughly distracted.
Now just remember me, people, I can do that to you as well.
I am.
Second, I'm thinking like he's nuts because he's just going like wah 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 wah, and then that happens, and I'm just like, all right,
I mean, I basically am just a sausage in a tube of skin.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I don't know.
That's what I've been telling you this whole time.
Bone in
I mean, I
sausage
really am
and
just a
tube
bunch of meat
skin.
in a butthole when you think about it.
Mm-hmm. Just one big butthole.
Slightly unprocessed sausage.
That's my favorite part of the sausage is the butthole.
For now and then when you boil it and it pops open.
Got cheddar in it.
Sage.
Is that cheddar? Is that corn?
It tastes like nuts.
Bangers and ass.
Yeah. guys make it past all of the beetles as they are eating the sausage and each other. That camp was pretty close to where the foot of the mid road was. So you're able to make it on that, and you start on the path up the side of this cliff face, weaving your way back up to the top plains. As you're traveling along that, you get pretty close. I'd say you're like maybe about 80% up this road when whoever wants to give me an observe test. Right? I guess anyone can make an observe test.
I'll give it a shot.
I'll observe things as well.
Price of free, why not?
What's our context?
Do Warren or Desolate. Gosh, excuse me.
Oh, I forgot to do a test. My bad. I did get a success, though.
Ooh, I got a success.
Oh. All right. Yeah, looks like all three of you. All right, so Chuck, Jake, and Dan, as you guys are walking along, this mid road's kind of like a carved out like pathway that just is etched along the side of this cliff face that connects the lower trenches up to the top plains, and you hear what sounds like kind of like shuffling and some rocks breaking free a little bit. And just like slight here and there, like sounds like a stone kind of like bouncing off the wall. Then you hear a faint voice saying like, "Hello? Anyone? Hello?" And you guys look over and you see what looks to be a gnome who's got his arm like kind of clutching a root that's coming out of the rock wall. He's just a few feet down, like off of the edge.
That looks pretty unpleasant. Are you doing that on purpose?
Yeah, that doesn't seem
Oh,
cool,
thank
man.
God, somebody's here finally. And you see him like dangling precarious. It looks like almost like his shoulders like dislocated, and it's just completely rigid straight and it's latched on to this root. And he's kind of like swinging underneath it.
To get that looked at.
Like, yeah, it's been pretty bad. I think the only reason I'm not in more pain is because it's dislocated right now.
Or you can get rid of it.
It's a good idea.
And he looks down. It's like, I think I need it.
He's not confident. I say we help him just in case.
Okay.
Any help would be much appreciated.
Like just lower a rope to him.
Okay. Yeah. Whoever wants to help them up, that would be like an athletics test.
Does anybody want to anchor this rope?
I will anchor the rope.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I am the most anchor-like.
This is going to be one of those, like one person's making the test, but you add a die for every single person helping.
I mean, sure. I'll look like I'm helping.
I'll make the test. Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
I will assist.
6. What's the? It's not social or urban, so I'm not going to worry about it.
Be Warren or Desolate, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then let's see. Dan is helping, and did Jake say he's helping too?
Yep. So you get 2 additional d6.
Oh my.
Wow. Forge is being mean to us today.
Oof. Ouch.
Oh,
All right, you get 1 success though.
How are you doing health wise?
I'm bloodied.
Okay.
That's 4
Just exactly bloody.
physical damage. So you dangle the rope over, and you're like the first one up there, Tyler. The rest of you are kind of holding it, and you hand it down. He grabs onto it, and he pulls himself up a little bit. And as he kind of like releases some of the pressure off his arm, He like spasms a bit with pain, goes to grab it, and he like quickly lets off the rope. So instantly all his weight hits it instead of it kind of being more gradual. And that like yanks it from your hand just a little bit. But you're able to hold on, but the rope like burns through your fingers and you're like topple off a little bit. And you strain. So you get like 4 points of physical damage as you're like holding on to that, making sure he doesn't fall. But he doesn't, and he's able to be lifted back up to the side. And as you pull him up, he gets up on the side of the road. He quickly like shuffles as far away from the edge as possible, like to the side wall, sits down, and like lets out a big sigh. He's like, "Oh, thank you guys so much." And he looks around, like, "Anyone want to help with this?" He kind of like moves his arm.
I mean, no.
Yeah, sure. I'll give it a shot. Hold still, and I'll get my hammer ready to mend him.
All right. Yep. This would be a mend nature.
What do you know?
All right. One success. You said you're a hammer you're using?
Yeah.
Okay. So you
One way to get it back
you're like
in the
kind of
socket.
holding his arm in place and just like bopping it with the hammer to
Pretty much. Yeah, just setting the
you
bone right up against the socket and then just.
okay. So you like grab onto his arm, he's like, "Thank you," and you raise your hammer, he's like, "Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa," and you whack it, and pops back in, and he kind of lets out in pain for just a little bit and tenses up, and slowly it's like, "Oh, that's a lot better. Okay. Thank you." And
I didn't say it was going to be pleasant, but it worked.
it's like, I'm sure it'll feel back to normal. And he starts kind of like rubbing it with his hand. So it's a lot better than hanging on it. I've been there for a few hours.
I still want to see a professional.
Yeah.
it's like-
Speaking of you
still
hanging
rather
off the
purple.
edge there, what happened exactly?
Oh, there were these goats, and they looked a bit more friendly than I guess they were. I thought I could squeeze on by. One didn't like that at all. Thought I gave it a weird look and just butted me right off the edge. I'm glad there was this branch here for me to latch onto, but my weight kind of dislocated my shoulder. But I guess that's why I was able to hold on so long.
Yeah, I remember those ghosts. Yeah, we know those guys. The big one is kind
Assholes.
of yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've
Yeah.
never been. It's not a thing for me to be afraid of now, I guess. I'm not taking my chances with those things.
Pro tip: just feed them.
I didn't think of that. I'll try that next time. And he sits there for a bit, and as there's like a bit of like kind of awkward silence, he's like, "Oh, right. Well, I do have something to as a thank you. I'm somewhat of experiment in things every so often. There's something that maybe a traveling group of adventurers might like to try out of mine." And he pulls his pack off to the side and starts rifling through it. Here's some like metal and clanging together. And he pulls out this little orb. It's like a little metal brass orb. It's got this little divot on the bottom of it. Kind of looks like have you ever seen like those ornate eggs? Kind of. You ever seen those? Like the
Yeah, like a Fabergé
eggs?
egg. Yeah.
yeah, like one of those. So it looks like that. And it's got like this little divot on the bottom. It looks like it could sit upright, but it's got all these holes all over it. He says, "This here is a little device that's supposed to have some healing effects in it. You shake it and light the bottom of it a little bit. Has some sort of smoke to put out and should let you guys feel rested without having to go through the, process of a long sleep. It's got a few uses in it yet. I've used it myself, but as payment, I suppose this should do. I hope. And you're like,
Absolutely, Kozel, you could use that to like sort of, waft some smoke around and really get things going.
Yeah. Like,
it's like, yeah, I suppose. And he like kind of like screws the middle of it. He doesn't completely unscrew it, but he like shows that it can be unscrewed. He's like, I suppose if you wanted to load some other type of substance in it, you could do that. But yeah, it definitely is good at dispersing whatever effect you load inside of it, and helpful for right now. I've got a healing aroma in it, but anything else you find along the way, I suppose, could also load. Hope this works as a sufficient payment, and I'll be on my way.
I'm excited for this already.
Absolutely, yeah.
So whoever wants to record it can write down Fabergé egg sensor. Sensor as in like CENSER. I think that's how it's spelled.
Incense disperser machine. Majabber thing.
Yeah, sensor. CENSER. And it is a D6 expensive. And its tags would be, or its context would be either technology, urban, and arcane. And then the description allows you to long rest. And it has 2 more charges left. So basically you can expend a charge for the effects of a long rest with what's currently loaded in it.
Nice.
That's neat.
And then we'll replace it all with Kozel's leaves.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And we'll just hotbox every place we go to.
I love it. It's genius. Genius.
We'll just force other people to take a long rest.
Yeah.
And get just real hungry. We were gone before they, wake up for that.
I agree.
All right.
And we turn them
Or
into
hopefully
wolves
you've
and they
eaten
can get
them,
away.
so you don't eat us.
It's probably a good thought.
Never ruling it out.
Never.
Awesome. And so with that, that's the last thing you guys run into along your journey back to town. So you get back into Strendow, travel across, and you are outside of the house that Bolzo was in. She seems to be like kind of running his operations from just what looks like to be a normal house, probably his house. Sense of it. Is there anything you guys want to do before you go in, or just waltz it straight in?
Do we want to come and offer him just a couple at first and then have one kind of in reserve on our materials?
It sounds like a good plan.
Sure.
Or a dangerous one. One of the two.
Yeah, you would remember he wasn't like super exactly particular on how many. He said about 2 or 3. He also was pretty inebriated last time you talked to him. So
Yeah, you might not even remember us.
Trying to come up with ways we can potentially, stretch this into more money, since we're already kind of doing illegal things.
Makes sense.
Otherwise, I guess we go in.
yeah, up to you guys if you're doing anything before you go in. If not, door seems to be closed. Last time you heard him kind of like loudly shouting and things, as he seemed to be very drunk. And he ran into like 2 people that were leaving. This time it's not like that. Door's closed. Looks like there's a light on Like you see, it's like getting kind of like later in the day here. You do see like some flickering light from the inside. Appears to be like smoke coming out of the chimney. So it looks like someone's home, but you don't hear any like belligerent shouting like you did the previous time.
Oh, that's promising, maybe, as long as he remembers us.
Yeah.
Is the people who probably put him in this good mood?
Mm-hmm. All right, who's walking up? Anyone in particular?
I'll walk up.
I'll knock on the door.
Yep,
I'll join you guys.
sure. You walk up and knock. And after a little bit, you hear some shifting, and you hear like a confused and like kind of grumbly voice, like, "Hello, who is it?"
The people who found your helmet.
Oh, right. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, come in.
Yeah, I'll go in.
All right. So as you open the door, you see like he's back in the in that back corner where he was before. Doesn't seem to have like an open glass or anything around him this time. He looks extremely hungover. Like his eyes are like kind of bloodshot almost. He looks almost sickly and seems to be pretty miserable. And just sitting in his chair, he's got like another map kind of outlaid in front of him. You see what looks to be like two almost like henchmen of his in the room with him off to the side in like the far left corner as you walk in. It's like, right, are you all back from the little task I sent you on? And it was I sent you out like only yesterday, so hopefully it was successful.
Pretty much, yeah. There's lots of deputies and non-deputies acting like deputies, and a little bit of murder, some goats, terrifying goats.
Sounds rather eventful. Deputies, they didn't hopefully didn't give you guys too much trouble. There have been a lot of problems with those poachers in the area, but I haven't seen them actually patrolling that much, so that's good to know they're out there.
Yeah, there was pretend ones and real ones.
Pretend.
Yeah, they might be fighting each other right now, so that's handy.
Ha! That'd be funny. Hopefully that goes badly for both of them. Okay.
Oh, we pointed them at each other, so.
Excellent. And he chuckles at that a little bit. And as he starts laughing and kind of like, you see like this pain kind of like wince up and he's like, oh God. And it grabs his head and he sits back in his chair. Yeah, okay. Well, let's see it. And then holds out his hand and waits.
All right. Well, I guess we'll pop the first two worth.
Okay. You show him the shells. It's like, that looks to be. So, are you trying to present it as more? Like, is there any sort of angle you're trying to play on this?
Not really. Just if we don't have to give them all for the same amount of money, we might as well keep some for ourselves.
Okay. So yeah, you'll put out two. If someone wants to make like a this could be like compel or deceive, I guess, depending on how you're doing it. Because like it could be a compel if you're like trying to honestly say like 2 is enough, right? Because he wasn't very exact on if you needed like 2 or 3 alapedes worth. So I guess it depends. Like, how do you feel like your characters, as you're handing this to him, are portraying that? Like, you feel like you're kind of like barter him just for 2, or do you feel like you're intentionally like being dishonest about how many you collected?
Depends on who wants to make the check, I suppose. How you feel about the check you want to make? I feel like this is up your alley, Alex.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to lie to this guy though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's bad news, that's for sure.
If not, we can always just fork it all
I'm
over.
a lie.
Okay. So yeah, throw a deceive. See how convinced he is that.
Oh my god.
Crap.
I can get rid of one of those for you. One of those misses. If you're wanting to push it, but
I would
Can I
suggest
push
pushing
that?
it.
Yeah.
You can. If you're wanting to undo one of those with your you die.
okay, yeah. Did we need more than one success?
So, it wouldn't hurt.
And
So
I'll get rid of one of them with a 3, and I'll turn the other one into a success. So you only have 3 ones.
okay. In that case, too. So re-roll one of those d6 then to see if it's a 6. So that would have been like one of the glances that could have been.
Oh no! I mean, I have a 6 to give him.
Right, but so you're.
Oh,
both
okay.
of them.
Yeah, sorry. I see what you're
So
saying.
the 3 would have been allowed to be.
Oh no!
Big oof.
It stays a 1.
But still, one of them is not. I didn't think about how that would happen too. But yeah, it's still 1 less damage. So you've got 2 hits, 4 damage, 2 glances. So
Lying hurts. Oh.
I lied and
that's
puke blood.
fortune damage there. So you start. You say like, oh yeah, here's the like, or like, how do you like picture any particular way that your character's like portraying this to him, or?
Really? No. I would just try to pick the easiest way I think I could lie.
Yeah.
No.
You like stutter a slight bit on saying like, here's the 2 that you asked for, but he doesn't seem to notice. It's like, oh, okay. It's like, I don't ask for 2. That should be enough. It's like, great. And you set like the 2 piles worth of shells down. You scoops them in. It's like, yeah, this should be enough. I normally ask for 3, but he like rubs the side of his temple. He's like, I was pretty out of it last time. So
Yeah, I think you were drunk.
yeah.
I feel bad for saying no offense, but not just think. I mean,
Like, yeah, it's a bad habit, I suppose. He chuckles at that a little bit. And then the 2 henchmen like kind of start chuckling along with him, and he like dead glares at them as they start laughing, and they stop. And, he's like, all right, anyways. And he scoops the shells up. He goes over. There's like a safe that's, you didn't really notice it at first, but it's kind of like alongside of one of the shelves. And it was like slightly perched open. He opens it all the way. It looks like there were 2 other like segments of shell that were already in the safe. But you guys have got like pretty much 8 each for the ones that you killed. So he adds them to the pile. He reaches into a coin purse and starts sorting out some money.
Oh yeah,
Says,
brother.
well, here's the payment as I said it would. You each get a D6 of small coins.
nice.
And that's
I
at
like
the
it.
social context. And urban context.
Right. Someday you'll buy some armor.
And after he finishes like paying you guys out, he goes and he sits back down in the chair and rubs his temple a little bit again, collects himself. It's like, and then what was the other thing I had to do? Man, I was really out of it last time.
Magic armor guy, like no kill.
Right.
I already forgot his name.
Yeah. Lewitt. Yeah. He
That one.
laughs a little bit at that. Yeah. Well, I already sent someone to not kill him, but he didn't have his shot back yet. So this deal earned himself back his shot, I guess, because, no, you all out here doing good deeds for him. Suppose he deserves it back. I'll send for my crew to stop watching it. And then he like looks at one of the henchmen, and then they like kind of look at each other, and one of them kind of it's like, dang it, and walks out of the room.
They didn't do like a quick rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, like, it looks like they did some almost like a nose goes type thing. The one that seemed like more out of it, it's just like ah. And he like stomps off and walks out the door. And it's like, I guess Lewitt will be back to it. At some point, he'll need to reach back out. I'll get him these materials, but for now, I'll let him get reacclimated. You can tell him that I'll definitely have more work for him in the future, especially if this helmet's as effective as you all said it was, or he said it was.
I mean,
you notice the
looks
helmet
kind of
is not on the
fragile to
shelf
me
anymore. Mm-hmm. Oh, that was going to be the other thing I noticed. I mentioned is you would see the helmet that you guys returned was not on the shelf. It was in that safe.
Seems like a reasonable place for it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you getting it stolen again?
And he's like, I don't think it was necessarily my fault, but
I mean,
Yeah, things
you have it
happen.
now, so I mean,
yeah.
Just breaking your balls a little,
It's-
that's all.
Only one I can trust is myself with this, I suppose. But you all came in handy, so. If I cross paths again, maybe we'll have more work for each other.
seems fair.
And kind of like waves you off. It's like, I'll be back to dealing with this then. Like grabs a cup of water and starts sipping on it.
Okay.
Pleasure doing business.
All right. You have made amends with Bolzo, and Lewitt now gets his shot back.
And better yet, we even have some materials that you craft something with.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If we want something.
Mm-hmm. All right. Guess you guys probably just want to head back to Lewitt and give him the good news.
Yeah.
So I think the plan was that you guys were going to meet up with him afterwards and see if there's anything fancy he could get you in his little shop. Excuse me.
Maybe you can make
All
us
right.
all some fancy sunglasses.
Yeah. All right. It is looking pretty late in the day. So it's kind of up to you guys if you want to stay the night in this town. And then you feel like if you don't run into any problem along the road, you would get into the town that Lewitt's in, like just right at nightfall. Or like right at like almost like when it's pitch black at night.
I don't trust
might be
not
kind of
running
close.
into anything, but
Yeah. But you get the sense if there's any delays, you would definitely be like out on the road at night, which isn't always ideal.
I'm tempted to stop, and then we can pick up tomorrow. No rush, right?
And then
Agree with that.
Yeah, why not?
tavern.
Yeah. All right. So you guys find the taverns here. Hold up for the night. Imagine you can get something to eat at first. And it's a pretty lively tavern. There's like a lot of people. It's bustling with energy as you come in. You hear like pretty loud music. A lot of people like clapping and stomping along with it. A lot of laughter and people shouting, and much more lively than the last few that you've been in. You get the sense that pretty much everyone here is like, they seem to be related to that Strendau camp. Like most of these people look pretty close to how those like henchmen looked, the ones that you saw the first time coming out of Bolzo, and second time you were in there to see them. Like a lot of them seem to be like related to this company. All seem to be enjoying themselves though. There doesn't seem to be like a fully open table, so you guys like try and butt your way in with one, or how do you guys feel like you would approach this scene?
Well, I am gonna use magic.
Okay.
I'm gonna find a table that I want to take. Maybe back corner somewhere, maybe.
Sure.
And I am going to do the same spell.
Mm-hmm.
But this time, the people who are at this table, I'm going to convince them that. What do I want to convince them? I want to convince them that their table just burst into flames.
Okay. Sure.
5.
We'll say that.
7.
I'll say you can hunt around a little bit, and probably in one of the back corners. You're probably a little bit on the inebriated side, so
Yeah.
that might work a little bit in your favor. Yeah, do that roll.
Fuck.
Oof.
Oh, snap. Lollygaggers, thank you for the raid. You know what? In honor of the lollygaggers, I'm going to push that and take 2
Oh,
damage.
dang.
Nope, I just take 2 damage.
Oh, no.
You did this to me, Jeff. You did this to me.
Unfortunate.
It's your fault for everything.
So,
Yeah, my spell fails.
you have spell fail. So, Chuck, you walk up. I imagine you do the similar kind of like put your finger on your temple.
Just like that.
All right. So you start off the spell. Because you don't get the even the first success, you get the backfire of the spell. It goes off not quite as intended. And as you were trying to like conjure this feeling of the table being on fire, and you're thinking like flames on fire, burning, and you're trying to like direct that at them, it doesn't quite get that far, and you just get the sense that you are burning on fire.
That's lame. I'm
As
burning
it
up.
washes over your mind. And we'll say that's where your 2 mental damage come from.
Okay.
But in the sense of it being fail forward,
Make them
You're,
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
you so you're like start shouting and screaming. Like how loud, or how you picture your Kozel Leshy like reacting to this?
I'm made of
Like how's he playing it?
wood, essentially, like plants, and those burn. I scream, I yell, I flap around, I run out the front of the bar, look for a stable, and throw myself in a trough.
Sorry, everyone. It's just sometimes we have flashbacks to the war.
Nice.
I'd say as you like start screaming initially in place, one of them like starts like kind of chuckling a little bit at your like characters freaking out, and then as it continues, he's like, knock it off, and he like tosses one of his pitchers over you.
Okay.
You get like washed over with ale, and then you run up front.
Yeah.
But in the commotion, it does free up a table.
Okay.
We'll probably only do that a couple more times tonight, guys. It's fine.
Yeah.
The effect doesn't last very long. You definitely throwing yourself in the trough kind of breaks you out of it. You walk back in, just soaking wet in ale and water.
It's unsuccessful.
Or was it?
I don't know.
But you guys were able to like kind of claim that table though as Chuck was running around. So the rest of you are sitting down and you pull up with them. And are you guys trying to partake in any of the festivities of people, or just trying to like get food and go to sleep? Like anything you guys are wanting to do here?
I don't know. After making a scene, it might not be a great idea to get too involved.
Sure.
I go get food.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll get some. I'll get a. Oh God,
Taco.
I can't eat a salad around these guys.
No.
I'll just get a target painted on my back.
Yes.
Yep.
I will rent a room, and then I'll order a salad and request that the salad be brought to my room.
Okay. You do so. There's definitely enough free rooms. You get the sense that most of the people here in this like tavern are not staying here. They seem to
This is just
kind
where
of
they
be
come
there
to
for
hang
the
out
food.
after work.
Yeah. Yeah. There seems to be a lot of rooms open. Yeah. You're able to do that for sure. Do you like just head off to your room then for the night?
Yeah. How many coins does that cost me?
For just like a that the like low level inns and stuff, that's kind of like hand waved cost wise, and that's I guess are you like, do you have any fortune damage at the moment?
No.
Yeah. If you don't, it's usually like taken as fortune stress. But if you're like not hurt on your fortune at all, then it doesn't. There's not a way that you could get like a fallout from it. So you're
Yeah,
able
all
to
right,
just
then.
eat the stress on that and head off to your room.
Hooray.
Anyone else doing anything in particular?
I don't know. I may wander around and just listen to some people.
Yeah.
I do have contact, so
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. If you want to make a contact roll, see if you can get a friend and establish something.
Sure do.
Definitely will allow that.
I got 2 points of that even.
All right. While you're doing that too, Alex, you get like a steak. They kind of assumed that it was like ordered for like, you get the sense that they thought you were ordering for one of the other people at the table. And they like come over and they're like, who is this for? And so they're holding the plate.
I immediately say
What's
me.
our context right now?
This would be social or urban.
Nice. I did not do that great for all those dice.
Got a hit.
I did.
That one hit though. Yeah. All right. So Alex, you get your steak. They seem like very off-putting, very off-put as you dig into it. And they kind of scuttle away. Dan, is there like any particular person you're going for in this contact roll or whatever?
Not really.
Whatever seems easiest. All right. And are you trying to establish a new friendship or like reconnect with someone that you already met?
Let's go for something new since we're new in this area.
Okay. Yeah. So you hear someone talking about something. They're like talking about an interaction with Bolzo that they didn't like, and you kind of butt in on that and add to it, and you're able to kind of connect on over that, and you make a new contact.
Gotta make sure that we're not getting ourselves in deep here, associating with Bolzo.
We probably are.
get this guy. Oh, actually, it would be fun if it was this guy. Okay. So you like kind of overhear him saying that, like, you know, he's not a big fan of Bolzo. And after talking for him a little bit, you hear the name Davis. And you're not exactly sure like why you heard that before, but it clicks to you that this is the guy that there were like two people that were supposed to be killed, Lewitt and another one, and you remember the other name was Davis. So there is some hitman somewhere wandering around looking for this guy. He's a little bit drunk right now. He seems to be like kind of laying low, but you pick up like that's who this is. And a little bit buzzed. He's like, "Oh man, you're like the first person that's tried to talk to me." And he's like, "How you doing, buddy?" And he like pulls you over and has you sit down.
I mean, better than you might be before too long.
What do you mean by that?
The guy you piss off Bolzo's uptime, maybe?
Oh, that asshole! Yeah, he had some work for me. I told him to fuck off, and it's, you know, we don't get along too well, but it's whatever. Water under the bridge, you know.
I mean, is it though? I mean, like the other day he was talking to somebody, like we did a little work for him too. He's kind of an asshole. And he's like,
yeah,
all right, he was supposed to do something with Lewis and he was going to kill him. And then like, we stopped that from happening. But he was going to kill you too though.
Oh, really? You said, and you see him like kind of like 1,000-yard stare past you a little bit, and he's like, "Well, I was supposed to be on the job with the people that were picking up the stuff from Lewis. I refused that job. That's why he was mad at me. But
well, fancy that, because you would have died if you took that job too.
I heard. I apparently none of those people are alive anymore. So
they're very dead.
Kind of had a intuition on that. I could say, I don't know. Seemed to make a lot of. Seems like whenever I back out of something, I get that gut feeling, and then stuff like that always happens. So glad that I didn't get the feeling that anyone's. He was that mad about me not going. But thanks, man. I appreciate you keeping me in on it. I'm probably gonna keep quiet. And he like looks around a little bit, and he like pulls one of the braids out of his hair and his beard, and he like kind of like changes himself up a little bit, and
is he making himself like a little mustache out of his?
He's like, yeah, like that looks different enough, right? Like I don't think I'd be recognized.
Sure. You might work on that a little more, not here where everyone can see you.
Oh, that's a good point. And he like starts looking around at everybody. It's like, yeah, I probably shouldn't be here anymore. I'm from Belltown originally, which is the town that Lude's from. It's like, I guess I'll head out over there. But if you're ever in town there, we can meet up. And, there's a crew I roll with sometimes, and they always seem to be up to trouble or something. I bet you'd like those guys. Like, bet we could meet up. So, how about you reach out to me next time you're down there? And he gives you a address of a house.
Nice. A little trouble's always good.
It's like, yeah, do some odd jobs. We pick up some things. Enough to keep money rolling in. But I guess I'll be off on my way then. Like, thanks again, friend. And he,
take care of yourself.
And like slides it over to you.
Score.
He like pulls up his hood a bit and quickly walks out.
Remember, do your disguise where people aren't watching.
Mhm.
It's like, noted. It's a good trick.
Works better that way.
Stumbles his way out. All
He's
right.
gonna get killed.
Yeah, and if you want to throw, is there like a notes or anything on your character sheet, Dan? There's not like a part on the character sheet, but in like, is there a way to like note it within Foundry's sheet?
I might just put it under like my pack items for now.
You could do that. Yeah.
Did we get, what was his name again? Steve?
It was Davis.
Davis. That's right, Davis. Everybody's Steve.
These squeaky cleaners.
That's right.
Yep. But Davis, and then in the description you could say,
Is a guy that you know.
Joe die.
Like it.
Oh, maybe you're back.
What? Is Joe locked up? Joe, knock it off.
Slowly dying.
Joe. Joe, come back. You can blame it all on Dan.
Yeah, that's fair.
hello?
Hello.
Oh, hello, sort of, maybe.
Hello. Is Jake locked up too?
Oh no.
Apparently, my internet connection is unstable.
Oh my
Is
gosh.
it dying right
You're
now?
back, Joe.
What's happening? Is it
It's
only me or is it freaking out
Jake
for
a
everybody
little
else?
bit too.
Yeah.
Well, we're
Did radio.
back to normal now.
Yeah, I'm not
Nothing
getting
else on my
any.
internet dropped.
Yeah, everything's looking good on my end.
Yeah, I think I'm good
Everyone
now.
froze for me.
Yeah. Yeah, a couple people disappeared from mine.
Then Zoom like crashed and restarted. Okay. What was the last thing you heard?
That I'm putting him down as a friend in Belltown, and I saved him from Bolzo's assassin. Maybe.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. So now you have a contact established, and it's like just a friendly dude in Belltown next time. Might be an in to another stuff. Contact's fun for that. It's definitely not something you want to fail though, because the way that skill works is if you if you just roll and you don't have like a specific target or anything, like if you're just doing kind of a general test, one success is enough to just like meet anybody.
Joe locked up again.
Dang it.
Dang it, Joe. Have
That's
better
enough to meet
internet.
anybody, but the rest of it is just death.
I think, is Jake gone also?
Jake is also gone.
Oh,
I wonder if whoever they're, I wonder if they're both on AT&T, maybe.
Probably.
Hello.
That
Hello.
would make
Hello?
sense.
You both died again.
It's weird because like
So-
none of you guys are like you guys are like
Yeah.
staying.
Like, I hear you guys just fine.
Oh, that's weird. Maybe it's your up speed that's choking out then.
Yeah.
Do you use AT&T by any chance, Joe?
I
We
do.
were just talking about
Hey.
that.
Hey.
Yeah.
I called it.
What do you know?
I do use AT&T. Sponsored.
Boy. Well, I guess no, we don't anymore because it won't fucking let us.
when you need amazing.
Oh
Anyways,
no.
Wait, did Alex break up on purpose?
Yes.
Thank God, that was scary.
That was well
That was
done.
very
It was
well done.
very well done.
Yep. My speed says it's fine. I've got gigabit, so like it says I've got 896.
not right now.
You got giga poop is what you got.
Give a shot.
Oh, it's just a second too slow.
896 down, 872 up. I don't know what's happening.
Why are you lying?
Okay.
Look at it.
Intermittent.
One of them is in kilobits.
Maybe. 19 ping.
900 baud.
I don't know. I was trying to explain the contact skill.
You got the one
So-
success for meeting someone, and then
Yeah. So depending on like as most skills, like the more specific you are, and the more you're trying to get out of them, the more you're pushing for, the more successes usually it'll take. But if you're just like trying to do a random crowd interaction, one success is enough to just meet somebody and have it be a thing. But potentially, like when you guys met Belzo, you could potentially have done a contact roll to like say like one of you knew him already, or he was just like abnormally friendly up front with you guys for some reason, just like keyed in on. It could be dangerous though, because if you fail a contact roll, it goes the other way, where they dislike you when they might have been neutral. So, bit of a gamble on that. But
yeah, I've slowly but surely preparing myself to like stack that to be successful.
Yeah.
I have 2 points in contact. I get my 2 preloaded dice, and I also have loaded dice, so I can push a second time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Eventually, I'll contact. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's like lots of potential places. Like if whenever it's trying to be a very specific person, like say it was like a guard at a particular like building or something. Like if you wanted to contact that person, then it would be probably like 2 or 3 successes to get.
Eventually,
like,
Ezra will know
in the
everyone.
way. Yeah. For better or for worse. But yeah, so that worked out. We'll say that does you guys for the evening there. You're able to get your rooms. Is anyone like really hurt on the fortune HP?
No,
I've got 3 damage.
Is anyone like 1 or 2 points away from like a fallout on fortune?
no, all my damage is on physical and mental. Hey there, Oak. Thanks for swinging by.
Hey,
Yeah, all on minus physical.
I'm 6 points away.
That's
So
fine then. All right. None of you need to worry about the stress hit then, as you guys like pay out for the room and the food that night. And then if you guys were like in a much fancier, if you were like a manor or something that was like the only room, then the stress hit on your guys' fortune and resources would be higher for that. But just for most like petty stuff, you don't need to worry about it at all. Yeah, night goes through. You guys are able to take a long rest and heal up from that. Double whatever your current HP is in each pool.
Sweet.
If anyone has, I think everyone's cleared out or healed out all of their fallout. So if you had one, it would reset here too to whatever your current ongoing ones are. But I don't think anyone's suffering from that.
Cool.
All right. Guys, head back on the road. Traveling from traveling from Strendow to Belltown. If someone wants to do a navigate test for me.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Just
Good
an
job.
initial one. See if
Nature. All right, I got this. Guys.
yep.
Yeah.
You did it.
All right.
nice.
Roll 2d6. Roll like 2d6, like not in the not
so-
in the
okay.
dice pool, but like just like
Man.
tell me the total of 2d6.
Remove not 3d6. There we go. Hey.
6. Okay. That's enough. Cool. Guys, make it to Belltown unimpeded.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
Are you guys going straight to Lewitt?
Yeah, I can't think of anything else to do here.
Okay. So he was. There were like kind of two places important to him. So there's one. It was like a bread bakery store that he was kind of like hunkered down in.
Yeah.
That he was hiding in, and so you know that he's still there probably. And then somewhere else in that town, he's got a shop. I don't think you guys know where his shop is, though. So I imagine you just head straight to that bakery. He still has it kind of like boarded up as if he's laying low. See, the door's closed. It looks like he's trying to make it look like nobody's here, like the building's almost abandoned. Similar as the last time you approached.
Oh, I mean, we could ask around somewhere.
Well, I mean, we know there's a rear.
We know there's two places he could be.
Well, so you get the impression like he's probably still inside, but like you know like that's why it looks like it's abandoned. Is because like he's been hiding there. Like it looks the same. He told you he'd be there, but so whoever wants to like knock or whatever,
Who's gonna
get his
knock?
attention.
Oh,
I'll go around back again just to make sure.
Yeah, we'll do the same thing. That sounds like a good plan. That way he'll know it's
Alright.
us.
Yeah.
Sure. So you go back, guys knock on the front door again. Jake, you hear the shuffling by the back door. When the knock goes through, you see like the back door peek open a little bit, and you see like glinting of eyes. Jake, he's like, "Oh, it's you guys again."
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
great.
them up front too. So yeah.
He pulls the door open just enough for you to get in. He like pulls you inside and closes it. He hobbles up to the front then, and you see him through the windows. He comes to the door, and like he kind of like hushes and waves you guys in, unlocks the door, tries to get you all like away from the windows, and pulls you to the back. He's like, "All right, how'd it go? Did you guys?"
Just like last time, except, I thought they came to tell you they're not killing you already.
They were supposed to.
Yeah, they were supposed to.
Also, you should be getting your shot back too. So that's an
Yeah.
additional plus.
Well, someone did drop by, but I assumed they were here to kill me, so I didn't talk to them.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
they were
good.
sent here to kill you, but then to not kill you.
Yeah.
There was only one group of people that came by. Confused.
Well, yeah, I mean, that same person, they were leaving to kill you. And then we talked to the guy and he's like, oh, hold on,
no.
don't kill him. But he still came anyways to not kill you.
He kind of like nervously laughs at that. He's like, "That's a little close, but good that they didn't." Okay.
Agreed.
Well, good. I guess my name's cleared then. Do I have my shot back? Do they?
Yeah, we had to do some extra work for that, though.
We did. Very dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
More materials.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Mhm,
mimics
mhm.
like pincers. It's like, how did that go? How were they? Were there a lot of them still?
I mean, depends on how you define a lot.
Were there more than 4?
Yeah, I think. I mean,
There were more than
There's-
4, yeah.
there's 3 fewer now, but
3. Oh, yeah, they've been poached a lot lately. But I have yet to find anything that's like as useful as their shells. I would like to not have to kill them, but
well, if we happen to have some
okay.
extra materials for some strange reason, could you do something with them for us?
Some extra materials. You got more than you needed, and
Definitely not that, no. But saying that we did, perhaps. If.
If for some reason you did have more, there are a lot of different uses for those. They make all sorts of different things. I like them particularly for fabrics and armors. They're very good at being malleable and things. But they can also be made into jewelry, charms, or they can be used to coat weapons. There's really a lot of uses for them. But the
Perfect.
fibrous
We
nature
might
of them is
theoretically be interested to see how you would do that sometime.
Yeah.
Well, if hypothetically you do have possession of these materials, then we could do that. Yes. Say there's no people around my shop waiting for me to poke my head out and then kill me.
It's not supposed to be. They also sent someone to not do that too, but I mean, that was yesterday. We gave them a day so that hopefully they came first.
Well, I guess we can head over. I'll trail behind quite a ways if you guys don't mind. Would like to see if anything happens when you try to enter the building.
Okay. Sure.
That's fair.
Little paranoid still. I guess if one hitman was cut pretty close with your interaction, I hope there's not others. Yeah. And
They kind of had an idea where you're hiding. It was not a good choice.
Yeah. I don't know how, but
We found it twice in the same place. We told you to go somewhere else.
Well, I mean, who would look at an abandoned bakery? I thought that was perfect.
We did twice.
True. That's in the past. Whatever. And he then describes like the location of where his shop is in town. It's just like a few blocks down the road. He's like, yeah, if you would, I'll be like a block behind. I'll watch you and kind of weave my way back. And you guys just want to like walk up to the door. And he like fishes into his shirt a little bit and pulls out a key. It's like, oh, you'll need this to get inside. Whoever wants it can take that.
I'll take it.
Okay. All right. So guys are head out. As you leave, you see him like trying to stealth, but doing a very poor job at it. He's kind of like hobbling along. He's got his cloak up.
He's stealthing like, much in the same way I do.
Almost like comically just like hugging the walls and not really hiding himself at all, but he's definitely
Marty
a good
McFly
ways
being
back.
inconspicuous comes to mind.
Yeah, pretty much. Every time you look back and he's like, he gives a thumbs up and like pushes you along. So you guys are able to make your way over to the shop. Looks to be looks like it might have been like a grain mill at one point. Like you see like the big wheel for one, kind of like sticking out of the roof in one part, and it's got like a really uneven sort of like structure to it. Like looks like half of it seems to be the granary, and then there's like this other like kind of house tacked onto the side of that. Looks like it hasn't been inside of for like a while. Like you don't see any like lights on or anything. You just see the door closed up front. Yeah, you don't see any people posted outside of it either.
Guess we
Are
just
there any
go knock on it.
windows to the building?
There's like a frosted glass window in the doorway, and then there's like really tiny like 4 square windows on the wall to the side of that. There's no windows at all. Like you can see there's kind of like 2 different the structures of like what used to be the grain mill seems very different than like what seems to be the house tacked onto it. Like the house is kind of like normal like wood and thatched roof construction, and the grain mill part of it seems to be like mostly heavy stone and wood and stuff. with the big mill like sticking out the top of it. But you do see, like, in the more of a house-looking part of it, there are two little, like, tiny square windows along the side wall. You don't see any light or anything coming through them. Seems to be dark inside.
I'll go knock on the door like I do at every place with door.
I like it.
Yep. You knock and get no answer.
Hello, Mr. Wizard.
No response.
And we're assassins.
No response.
No one.
Mm-hmm. Nothing seems to happen as you knock and you look around. You don't see any people like posted or anyone watching the location.
I will hand over the shop key.
I will open the door and prepare to
Hold
get
on.
shot in the face.
Let's put like poke a stick through there first, just to make sure there's not like a tripwire or something.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
As
making
you
sure
go
there wasn't
to,
a
like-
tripwire there by having him go through the door.
Also, like open the door from the side so that you're not like standing in the opening.
All of these are good ideas, and I will do them.
I'll say one of the first things you notice. So when you get the key and you insert it into the lock, and you turn it to unlock it, you don't hear any mechanism like fire. So but the door is open. So it seems like it was not locked.
Oh.
Well, I'll still do all these other things.
Okay. So you open the door and then you said you're like standing back though, and
Yeah, if it opens outwards, I'll stand behind the door and pull it towards me.
opens definitely
If it opens inwards, then I'll stand by the hinge side and just kind of
Okay.
push the door in.
Slowly like creaks in. You don't see anything. Doesn't seem to be like lit on the inside. Like light kind of spills in from the open door.
I sure hope no one shoots me.
Someone shooting you, man?
You don't hear anything.
Gotta look around for the tripwires now that they got me all paranoid about tripwires. Why am I doing this?
Why are you doing this? I don't know. You're on a run, man. I ain't stopping you.
Whoever's looking in, give me an observe.
All right. Is there what kind of fingers am I looking at?
Context.
Contexts, yeah.
This could be urban, or if you're specifically looking for like tripwires and stuff too, you can do technology as well.
Yeah. That gets me one more dice.
Hey, that's pretty good.
I even got one too.
All right. Dan, you're looking around. You're pretty confident there's like no tripwires or anything. And then Jake, you also investigate. But you, with that extra success, you're like looking around the door. You don't see any tripwires, but you do see like a bit of glinting metal, kind of like on the far side of the room. Just barely glinting in the light from the door spilling in. And with 2 successes, you are able to notice before it goes off. Looks kind of like the metal bit of the head of a crossbow bolt that's leveled at the door. But with that second success, though, you hear it fire. Goes through and you're like pulled down to the side and he's not hit by it. After the crossbow bolt fires off, you hear like footsteps stomp off on the inside.
Oh.
And it sounds like something gets knocked over.
I'll call in just so you know, Lewitt's not supposed to be killed anymore.
Bolzo sent us. Do we need to file a complaint?
You hear the footsteps like trail off and other things like get knocked over. But no
Crying out
response.
loud, we gotta
from
kill
what
this
you call
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's eating
Wow.
time. I'm gonna barge in.
Okay. You do so.
Yeah, I guess I'll pull a Jake here and head for the back door.
There we go.
All right.
I'm feeling inspired.
Awesome. Yeah.
I'll
So you
rush
guys
into
look
the
around.
darkness
So
with my
who's going
hammer
towards the
and
back?
blade.
Who's going inside?
I'm going
I'll
inside.
go straight in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Straight in.
Our fearless, meat-hungry plants will lead the charge.
Yeah.
Or meat.
All right.
Nice to meet you. Eh.
Oh.
It's a dragon.
All right. So you go around to the back door. You guys see at the back door, it's kind of like a big set of double doors that you'd expect like at a granary. And so it seems to be like these like granary bit and the house bit are like connected on the inside. You don't see like a back door in the sense to the more house looking bit of the building. So you'd assume like if they were running through or if there was some internal like connection, this would be the outside door that they would have to run to if they wanted to get out of it. Are you guys gonna like wait by it or open this door? Like, what do you?
I mean, if it appears to be the only way out, then definitely gotta like wait for him to come busting out of it. So then he's really surprised.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, and then the rest of you that walk in, you hear like the footsteps trailing out. You hear also like a sizzling too, coming from like sounds like the floor. And as you look around, it seems like as they were running, they like toppled over a shelf that had some sort of like glass vials with potions or something in them. And you hear one's like kind of like sizzling into the floor. It's making like this horrible, like toxic kind of smell. It doesn't seem like it's going to like, you don't get like the sense it's going to poison you or anything, but definitely burning a hole into the ground.
What a dingus.
Right?
You guys moving further inside? What's the plan?
I'll move further inside and I'm going to pick up the crossbow along the way.
I ready my wand and move further inside. Yeah.
Okay. You get the sense, or Jake, as you're like looking around, it looks like they were holding the crossbow. Like it wasn't one that was like mounted. So looked like they had it leveled at the door and then they fired as someone was about to walk in. But you were able to push away.
Curses.
Yep. All right. You guys head farther in. Who's at the back door? Dan.
Maybe it's just me.
All right.
I made
was
bad
a cat.
decisions. Today. It was.
As you're at the back door, you hear like something sliding along the door. Like sounds, maybe there's like a wooden bar or something that's holding the two doors closed. And you hear that being like slid across. Seems like someone's getting ready to open those. Is there a particular like way that you're poised, or are you like trying to hide off to the side, or are you wanting to be like visible to them?
I figure I kind of want to just like be a little bit off to the side, so when the doors open up, maybe I can like tackle them or something.
Okay, yeah.
With my almost exactly no strength.
All right.
There's no way this
it is pretty dark in here. So as you guys are walking through, it's kind of like there's no like lit torches or anything. The only light you have is what's spilling in from the open door. And the deeper you're going in, like the more almost pitch black it's getting. You're a
Not to be that guy, but I do have dark vision.
Oh.
Yeah. The way dark vision works in this game is it basically doesn't impede your navigation. You're still like, you don't get like a whole lot of clarity, but you're able to like get spatial senses still pretty well. Like you can see like edges and things, but you wouldn't be able to probably wouldn't be able to read or anything in the dark, or tell like colors and stuff apart. But you can definitely see I know where this wall, I know there's a door. You get that much information.
Okay, yeah.
So you're able to head straight to it, and you'd probably be in the front then, because everyone else would not really see where to go, but everyone else could follow behind you pretty. door.
Joe lock up again.
Oh no, Joe.
Poor Joe.
He's
And
on the
Jake.
roboto. Yeah.
The two of you got poopy internet. There you
Hello?
are.
Yeah.
Thank God.
There we go. All right. So yeah. Oh, and then you guys just froze. Am I there?
You're
There
there.
we're all.
You're there for me,
And
so
we're here.
Okay.
all right.
Now only Jake is frozen for me, but everyone else is good.
And, he's
Quality.
all right for us. So
Okay. So yeah, Jake, basically they're following you, and you guys all spill into like through the door that connects the mill side and the house side. And Dan, you hear like kind of a thud as the bar holding the doors is slipped all the way off. And you see the door crack open. And those of you that just passed into the mill half, you see like a crack of light spill. And you see a figure like running through. You see their silhouette as the light hits them. Dan, if you're trying to tackle them, give me a athletics or a force. Probably
Dan.
athletics.
the one thing I don't I have only 1 point in neither of them.
Or you're not necessarily like married to that check. If there's any other like type of skill that you want to use to potentially like stop them, that can always be argued for. If you have some other thing that you want to try to do.
What if I would I be able to like put a rope up to trip him or something stupid like that instead and change the check to something else?
Sure. Do that.
Not sure what that would change.
Do you have dexterity?
No, that's even worse. Maybe tackling's the best. I'm only good at charisma and luck. He opens the door and I go boogity boogity boo, and I hope that scares him back inside.
You could do that.
Sure, let's do that. 'Cause that sounds dumb.
If you're trying to just like scare them or throw them, do you have deceive?
Nope.
Or like, okay.
But I get more dice.
Get more dice. Yeah, I'll let you do it, Steve. Like where you're just like trying to startle them.
All right. That sounds sufficiently dumb.
Throw them off.
What would the context be for that?
This would be social or urban.
There we go. That's already worth it. That gets me 5 dice. Do I need more than that?
1 success. That is good. So you throw 1 success. You buy just enough time with that, basically. So that's enough for door gets thrown open. You kind of jump out and like scream at them. And that's enough for them to get startled and they kind of throw back. It breaks their pace. That's enough time for the rest of you to like catch up and like converge on this person.
All right, that's good enough then.
Is anyone else like going to tackle or like what do the rest of you do right when you catch up? You can see them like in the light.
So they're outside, right?
Yep.
What's the ground like?
It's kind of like cobbled stone. Looks like it hasn't been like this is kind of towards the edge of town a little bit more. So there's like a lot of dirt patches and grass that's kind of like
okay. As long as there's
through it a
grass.
little bit.
I'm gonna go ahead and use a spell to try and help him wrestle this dude down. And I'm gonna do. Would it be command and herbal if I want to make the grass kind of grow up and try and grab this dude?
That would probably be evoke. Do you have evoke?
I do. I don't have any voices right now, so it doesn't matter really. I guess I don't even need to ask that question.
So command would be more like if you're wanting to have enough to like grab onto them, that would be more evoking. Like you're dumping more energy to like expand what's there.
Okay.
If there was like vines and stuff already around that you were controlling, that would be a command.
Cool. All right. So it's gonna be.
Yeah, you can do evoke herbal.
Let's see. 5, 6, 7 dice. I gotta push it, or it's not gonna work.
Good luck.
Nope, I just beat the crap out of myself.
All right. 3 mental damage there.
Yeah.
As you feel like the spell's about to go backfire, but you like restrain yourself, and
Okay.
it doesn't. I will mention too, magic's going to be like one of the main things I rework.
Okay.
In this like off time between the next game, there's like a lot of changes I want to make to it. That's going to be like a heavy focus of the next thing. But right now, I'm okay with how it's working. So yeah, spell doesn't do anything but hurt you, and but man, it's still like there. You see, it's like a cloaked figure. They're very like kind of slender. They haven't like said anything though. You can't really get anything about who it is. Yet. Is anyone else doing anything to try and impede them? They still are like kind of startled in place.
Yeah,
Must
I'll
be
try
close
to
enough to make
grab hold of
checks.
him.
Okay. Yeah, that would be a athletics.
Alrighty. I will push it.
Push. Okay. So you go to grab them. They like hit you in the head with an elbow as you're like going in for the waist, but you've successfully like latched onto them. So you take that 1 physical damage. And they are restrained.
Hooray.
Yeah. Anyone else doing anything in particular?
I tried. I failed.
I was going to try and tackle him, but it looks like we got him down.
Come up and punch him in the face so that he can't move.
Yeah. Say like if you're wanting to do like if anyone else is wanting to do like something physical, maybe you could like check that they don't have a weapon or something. Throwing that up. Maybe
Frisk him.
like wrestle a knife away. So you do see as Jake's like latched onto them, looks like they're reaching for something.
They're going for their cyanide pill. Is everybody taking turns?
I don't know.
Anyone's able to.
Yeah, I'll go frisk the dude then.
Jake.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Chuck. Then make your roll if you're wanting to do.
This being.
You see,
Yeah.
as you're like approaching, you see them like reaching for what looks to be like the sheath that's got a knife in it. Looks like they're trying to draw that. Probably use it on Jake. So, how would you want to stop that?
I'm going to run up, backflip.
Okay.
I guess I'm gonna pull out my reinforced bone bow and just crack him over the hand
Just
with it. Just
Okay. That'd be a melee.
oh, of course. Whoa, God. So I'm gonna roll 2 dice for this.
Okay.
You know what? I can push that.
Good.
Doesn't do him any good. Like I just hit the dirt next to him.
You you hit them in the back with it, but it doesn't seem to like stop them at all. They draw a knife. Jake, give me a dexterity give me an agility saving throw.
Alrighty.
Just hit saving throw macro and then type in whatever your agility is there.
Oh boy. But I can make it with advantage, so that's good.
Okay, yeah, you get to reroll.
Yeah. Well, crud.
As they flash out a knife at you. Hey. You're holding on to them, Jake, and like you kind of got your arms wrapped around their waist as you feel like this sharp pinch in your back. Only one physical damage, but you feel like a blade just wedged into like the meat of your shoulder. Right. You feel them squirming. They start yelling out. You would notice the kind of vocal tone first, Jake. It seems to be a drow that you're holding on to.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, like, unhand me. This place is abandoned. Who cares?
Ah, jeez.
What?
He doesn't even.
It doesn't even know this is someone's house. What are you doing, man?
And he's like still holding the knife. Like, who even are you guys? Let go of me. They're,
Stop stabbing my friend.
Pull out.
Got you
Jake,
surrounded.
Make a force test.
Alrighty. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'll push it. Why not?
Yeah.
Jeez.
With that, he's able to break out of your grasp, and he's like still surrounded by you guys, but Jake no longer like has hold on him.
In case you didn't notice, we haven't been trying to kill you.
With that, gosh, claws are sharp. You see that they're surrounded. They've got like a satchel on their side, and they like pull the satchel off of them and they throw it back behind them into the building, and then they try to run off.
Did we just stop thievery? Are we heroes now?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, maybe he just threw a bomb in there and he's gonna blow this guy's house up.
Well, that would suck.
Let's leave the doors open for a bit. Air it out just to make sure.
Okay.
They're trying to run off. It looks like that was the only like bag they had on. They don't have like a backpack or another satchel or anything. It looks like that was the only like storage they had. And they throw that back behind them. Try to make a run for it.
I mean, someone actually lives here. Don't come back.
Yeah.
Next time I'll stab you in the back.
All right. And they run off. And we'll cut it there.
Okay.
It's right at 12.
We did it.
Maybe.
Did it.
I mean,
The
we
internet
did
trolls and
nothing.
everything.
Yeah.
So, I guess next session we'll pick up, see what was in that satchel. We'll start getting Lewitt's home base put back together.
Assuming it
And,
doesn't blow up in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a possibility.
Cat
Okay.
is still attacking me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll wrap there. Yeah, you guys turned in, got some money, reestablished Lewitt's residency, cleared out a thief. They managed to get away, but it looks like they didn't get anything. So that's
Worse
good.
yet, the Bolzo's guys who are supposed to be watching the place must have been bad at their jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were watching for Lewitt, not for thieves.
Yeah.
True.
Suppose that thief kills him. Yeah, good enough for me.
Right. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, they died again.
He locked up again. Okay, well, I'm going to close it out then while they're locked up. Thanks everyone for watching. This has been Anvea, the system that Joe is creating. I don't fucking know. Good game. Swing by tomorrow. Well, tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central over on twitch.tv/Grim and Perilous Plays. Dan and I will be playing some Fallout. Tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Central over on twitch.tv/Goodman Games Official. Bert's going to be running some Weird Frontiers. Oh, now I'm Joe.
Aha. Everything makes sense now.
Let's put you back, Joe. I was just doing our closing plugs.
Okay.
Yeah, Weird Frontiers tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Central over on Goodman Games Official. Dan and I are there. Jake's there. It's going to be a lot of fun. What do we got? And then Wednesday, we're doing something, and Bert's running it. I don't know all the details yet, so I don't fucking know. But we'll be back next Friday, right here, same place, same time.
Yep.
Playing Anvea.
Goal is to wrap up for this leg of the mini campaign.
Yeah.
Put it at like a pause point. And then resume at a later date after some revisions and let Chuck run for a little bit. So
Cool.
I don't know how much of that was already said because I was dead in the internet ether.
Well, it's there now. So yeah.
Sweet.
Anyway.
Awesome.
Yeah. Sign us off.
Well, before
Joe.
I get murdered by AT&T again,
Yeah.
thanks for watching, everybody. A lot of fun running this, and we'll see you next week.
Goodbye.